Hey everybody, Ryan here. Alright, gonna go over all the games from the 22nd of April 2021. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell next to it to be notified when I drop a new video, and make sure to like the video as well. Alright, let's get started. First game, North Division matchup, Toronto versus Winnipeg. Toronto's on the win board again. Yay! Nick Foligno did make his Leaf debut tonight, so that's always good to see because that was their big pickup on trade deadline, or well, at the trade deadline, not on it. All right, it took 27 seconds for Austin Matthews to score his 34th goal of the year from Mitch Marner. At minute 18 into the first, Wayne Simmons' 7th of the year from John Tavares and Justin Hull. Then at 3:19 in the first, the Jets finally respond. Mark Scheifele's 18th from Andrew Kopp and Mason Appleton. At 10:26, the Jets would tie it. Andrew Kopp's 15th from Mason Appleton. Then 11:59 of the first, Toronto would take the lead again. Jason Spezza's 10th from Joe Thornton and Jake Muzzin. At 12:58 of the second, the Leafs would extend their lead. Marner's 15th from Matthews. That would end up being your game-winning goal right there. 17:56, the Winnipeg Jets would bring it within one. Kyle Connor's 22nd from Blake Wheeler and Mark Scheifele. Then 19:56, Marner would score his 16th of the year into the empty net, his second goal of the game, from Nick Foligno, first point as a Maple Leaf, and Austin Matthews, giving us the final score of 5-3. Maple Leafs with a much-needed victory and 2 points. They have been really not good of late, so it's gonna help them to get back on that win side. Alright, Winnipeg outshot Toronto 37-33. They beat them in the faceoff as well, 56-44. Toronto 0 for 1 on the power play. Winnipeg 0 for 2. 4 penalty minutes to 2, Toronto with 4. Hits were 29-20 in favor of Winnipeg. Blocks 17-9 in favor of Toronto. And giveaways 9-7, Toronto with 9. Campbell had 34 saves, 919 save percentage for the victory. Connor Hellebuyck, and I misspelled it there again. Connor Hellebuyck made 3 saves for 500 save percentage. Was replaced by Brossois, who made 21 saves, 962 save percentage. And I forgot to mention, Adam Lowry would leave this game early on for Winnipeg and did not return. So hopefully he can get back to that lineup soon, because he is definitely a very big part of their third/fourth line. Which one does he? I believe he's third line, but he's definitely a big part of it. So that's gonna be a big loss. So I lose him for an extended period. I'm not sure what they have center wise in the minors or on the taxi squad that could really replace what he produces. So that could be a big loss if they lose him extended. All right, on to Philadelphia versus the New York Rangers. And Philadelphia gets a victory. Ah, it's a miracle. All the people at the top of the Philadelphia stadium there. No, are they allowing people in the stadium? Well, the people that are there in spirit are saying, finally, you jerk. Because, God, it's just been a terrible season for the Flyers. It started out really good. Then it just went downhill so fast and so hard. It was like, at least they didn't allow 6 goals. That's the good news. Anyways, they won this one 3-2. The scoring began 9:55 into the first. Brendan Smith for the Rangers would score his 4th from Keandre Miller and Philip Cheadle. Then at 15:56 of the second, the Flyers would tie it. James Van Riemsdyk getting his 15th goal of the year on the power play from Travis Konechny and Ivan Provorov. Then at 10:29 of the third, the Flyers would take the lead. Van Riemsdyk, his 2nd goal of the game, 16th of the year, also on the power play from Provorov and Kevin Hayes. Then at 14:07, they'd extend it to a 2-goal lead. Jakub Voracek's 9th of the year from Sean Couturier and Shane Gostisbehere. Then at 18 minutes of the third, Rangers would make it 1-goal game, but could not get that last one in the last 2 minutes. Artemi Panarin's 17th from Adam Fox and Mika Zibanejad, giving us our final score, 3-2. Alright, The Flyers outshot the Rangers 36-35. They beat them in the faceoff dot as well, 52-48. Flyers were 2 for 6 on the power play, and Rangers 0 for 3. Rangers had 12 penalty minutes, the Flyers 6. Hits were 19-12 in favor of the Flyers. Blocks 14-10 in favor of the Rangers. And giveaways 14-8, Rangers with 14. Sorry, excuse me. Did not sleep well last night. Elliott had 33 saves for 943 save percentage. Shesterkin had 33 saves, 917 save percentage for the loss. Alright, on to Boston versus Buffalo. Boston continues the win streak. 5-1 they beat the Sabres. Alright, 12:36 into the first. Brad Marchand's 25th from Patrice Bergeron and Mike Riley. I feel like Mike Riley's been more involved with Bergeron and Marchand's goals of late than Pastrnak has. At least that's what it feels like. Cause ever since I acquired him, I just see his name a lot. 5:27 into the second. The Sabres would tie it. Be the closest they come to a lead in this game. R2 Rustalainen got his third of the year from Anders Bjork, another point against his former team for Bjork, and Dylan Cousins. Then it was all Boston after that. 12:50 into the second. Matt Grzelcyk got his fourth of the year from Charlie McAvoy and David Pastrnak. Then at 4:55 of the third, Pastrnak got his 18th goal of the year from Marchand and Grzelcyk. Then at 6:01 of the third, Nick Ritchie got his 11th from Jake DeBrusk and Charlie Coyle. At 18:02, David Krejci's 6th from German Lausanne and Taylor Hall. Alright. Boston outshot him 38-30. Buffalo won the faceoff dot though, 51-49. Boston 0 for 2 on the power play. Buffalo 0 for 5. Penalty minutes were 12-6. Boston with 12. Hits were 18-17 in favor of Buffalo. Blocks 12-9 in favor of Boston. Giveaways 7-6. Boston with 7. Swayman had 29 saves, 967 save percentage for the victory for Boston. And Tokarski, 33 saves, 868 save percentage for the loss for Buffalo. Washington versus the New York Islanders. This one was not a game for those who enjoy defensive matchups, because that's all this was. 1-0 shootout victory for the Washington Capitals. Evgeny Kuznetsov got the shootout winning goal. That is your scoring. Capitals outshot the Islanders 28-26. Also beat them in the faceoff dot 51-49. Washington 0 for 3 on the power play. Islanders 0 for 2. Islanders had 6 penalty minutes to 4 for the Capitals. Hits were 25-22 in favor of Washington. Blocks 17-7 in favor of the Islanders. And giveaways 13-8. Islanders with 13. Samsonov had a 26 save shutout. And Varlamov had a 28 save shutout. And yes, both count as shutouts. That's one of those rare statistical anomalies. You don't see that often. Actually, you can probably count on your hand how many times this has occurred since the shootout has come into existence. But yes, both goalies had shutouts, even though technically Varlamov allowed a goal, well, technically 2 in the shootout, and technically Samsonov allowed 1 in the shootout. But those don't count as actual shots, so no damage to their shutouts. So there you go. Alright. But only one of the two got a win, and that was Samsonov. So, amazingly, yeah, like I said, statistical anomaly, because Varlamov got a loss, but a shutout. That one could be hard to explain down the line a few years from now. Alright, Columbus versus Tampa. Tampa wins this one 3-1. Game back on the winning side, because it seems like Tampa's been kind of on a downslide of late. Alright, scoring started 9:36 into the first. Seth Jones scored his 5th on the power play from Bjorkstrand and Laine. Laine still does not have double digits in, I don't think, any category in the offensive categories. Maybe it's minus number, maybe a -10 or worse. All right, 1451. Sorry. 1451 into the second, Blake Coleman's knife for Yanni Gord. That 8:14 into the third, Andre Palas 13 from Alex Killorn. That 19:35, Blake Coleman got his second goal of the game, 10th of the year, unassisted, making it 3-1, Lightning victory. Lightning outshot the Columbus Blue Jackets 28-25, beat him in the face-off dot as well, 65-35. Columbus 1-for-1 on the power play, Tampa 0-for-3. Penalty minutes 6-2, Columbus was 6. Hits 26-25 in favor of the Lightning. Blocks 15-4 in favor of Columbus. And giveaways 2-1, Columbus with 2. Merzlikins had 25 saves, 926 save percentage for the loss. And Curtis McElhaney, 24 saves, 960 save percentage for the victory. On to Carolina versus Florida. Carolina won this one 4-2. 6:22 into the first, Alexander Barkov got his 20th of the year from Hornquist and Gusev. Gusev with another point since he came over. Then the second period killed Florida. 14 seconds into the second, Jordan Martinook got his 4th of the year from Jordan Stahl. Why did I want to say Peel there? It's not the actor. What am I doing? 11:09 into the second, Nino Niederreiter 17th on the power play from Brett Pesce and Martin Necas. The 18:08 of the second, Sebastian Aho got his 19th shorthanded goal from Martin Necas. Then 12:02 to the third, Florida make it 3-2 at that point. Barkov would get his 21st on the power play, second goal of the game from Keith Yandel and Jonathan Huberdeau. I know Patrick Marleau has rightfully been getting all the attention for what he's been doing games played wise. But Iron Man streak, Yandel is still I believe, the top active one. Still. I believe he is the closest to Doug Jarvis's record. Because I know Marlowe's now played 900 games consecutively. I think Yandel's in like the 930s, 940s, maybe 950s now. But yeah. Alright. 1944 into the third, Aho would get another goal in this game, his second of the game, 20th of the year, shorthanded, so 2 shorthanded goals in one game. That's a rarity. From Martin Necas. I forgot to mention at 5:17 in the first, Cedric Paquette would fight Ryan Lomberg, so there was that too. Florida outshot Carolina 34-29. Florida beat him in the face-off dot 55-45. Power plays were 1-for-3 for Carolina, 1-for-9 Florida. They had 9 freaking power plays, and they only scored once. That is not going to help your season-long power play percentage. That's just not going to help you at all. Well, no, not much. Penalty minutes wise, 27 for Carolina, 15 for Florida. Hits were 28-18 in favor of Florida. Blocks 24-8 in favor of Carolina. And giveaways 20-7. Florida with 20. Can't imagine where they lost. Goalies, Nedeljkovic had 32 saves, 941 save percentage, and Sergei Bobrovsky 25 saves, 893 save percentage for the loss. On to New Jersey versus Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh wins this one big, 5-1. Alright, 41 seconds into the first period, Sidney Crosby would score his 19th from Brian Rust and Chris Letang. At 12:34 of the first, Matt Tennyson, honestly didn't even know he was still playing, scored his first goal of the year from Ryan Murray and Jesper Boqvist. That would be the only New Jersey goal for this game. 17:46 into the first, Cody Ceci would score his 4th of the year from Brian Dumoulin and Kasperi Kapanen, which I didn't even know Kasperi Kapanen was activated. He is back in the lineup, though. That's what matters most. 12:03 into the second, Brian Rust would get his 19th of the year from Jay Gensel and Sidney Crosby. Then at 12:28 of the second, Kapanen would score his 8th of the year from Teddy Bluger and Zach Aston Reese. Then at 15:59 of the second, Bluger would score his 7th of the year shorthanded from Letang and John Marino, giving us our final score of 5-1. Alright, New Jersey outshot Pittsburgh 31-23. Pittsburgh beat them in the faceoff dot 53-47. New Jersey 0 for 4 on the power play. Pittsburgh 0 for 1. Pittsburgh had 8 penalty minutes to 2 for New Jersey. Hits were 29-25 in favor of New Jersey. Blocks 10 each, and giveaways 6-3. Pittsburgh was 6. Aaron Dell had made 11 saves, 733 save percentage before Wedgwood came in. 7 saves, 875 save percentage for him. Tristan Jerry had 30 saves, 968 save percentage in the victory. On to Detroit versus Dallas. Dallas needing some serious points here. That is not going to help. 7-3 Detroit beats them. Wow. And you'll see who has a big game here in a moment. 9:50 into the first, Jakub Vrana got his 13th goal of the year from Filip Zadina. Then at 15:35 of the first, Luke Glendening 6th of the year from Mark Stahl and Adam Aarney. Then 19:45, Richard Panik would get his 4th goal of the year, first as a Red Wing, from Sam Gagner, making it 3-0 at the end of the first. It would not get much better for Dallas. 2:07 into the second period, Radek Faksa would get his 6th of the year on the power play from Tanner Caro and Esa Lindell. Then at 6:50 of the second, Jakub Vrana would get his 2nd goal of the game, 14th of the year, for Danny DeKeyser and Gustav Lindstrom. Then at 12:46 of the second, Joe Pavelski would reach the 20-goal plateau from John Klingberg and Rupe Hintz. Then at 10:09 of the third, Jakub Vrana would complete the hat trick with his 15th goal of the year, unassisted. Then at 13:29, Dallas would score their final goal of the game, Dennis Gurianov's 10th on the power play from Jason Robertson and Tanner Caro. Then at 15:48 of the third, Jakub Vrana would score again, his 4th goal of the game. I believe that is our first or maybe our second 4-goal game of the year. It has not happened much. But congrats to him. Definitely seems like he's doing pretty good since he came over from Washington. But that was assisted by DeKeyser and Zadina. At 18:47, Sam Gagner would add his 6th of the year from Lindstrom, making it 7-3, your final score. Detroit with the 2 points. Yes, keep getting points, Detroit. Stay above Anaheim. Please do. Alright, Detroit outshot Dallas 46-23. Faceoffs were 51-49 in favor of Detroit. Power play 2 for 4 for Detroit, 0 for 1 for Dallas. Penalty minutes 8 for Dallas, 2 for Detroit. Hits 22-19 in favor of Dallas. Blocks 20-7 in favor of Dallas. And giveaways 9-2, Dallas with 9. Tomas Greiss had 43 saves, 935 save percentage for the victory. And Ottinger 10 saves, 769 save percentage. And Khudobin 6 saves, 667 save percentage. Not a good night for the Dallas goalies. On to Colorado versus St. Louis. And St. Louis cannot win. So the 3 teams battling for 4th place in the West are Arizona is currently in 4th place. They have, I believe, a 4 or 5 game losing streak currently. St. Louis now has a 3 game losing streak. And San Jose, I believe, is up to a 6 game losing streak. So there's no movement between the 3 because they all are really sucking really bad right now. I mean, I guess St. Louis is not the worst out of the 3 at this present time. I mean, they lost 4-2 to Colorado, and that's not hard to do. Alright, so Colorado won this one 4-2. And like I said, the 3 teams in the going for 4th place in the West are just embarrassingly bad right now. My team's not even in that race, I'm saying that. My team's embarrassing in their own right. They're all the way at the bottom. So, they are terrible. Alright, 3:18 in the first. Jaden Schwartz scored his 5th of the year on the power play from Bozak and Dunn. At 19:20 of the first, Brandon Saad's 15th of the year, tying the game from Tyson Jost. Then, Colorado would take the lead. 6:45 into the second. Andrei Burakovsky's 13th on the power play from Makar and McKinnon. Then 11:29 of the third, This would end up being the game-winning goal. Burakovsky would get his second goal of the game, 14th of the year, from Landeskog and McKinnon. At 13:43, Jaden Schwartz would get his sixth from Bozak and Tarasenko. And at 18:29, Pierre-Edouard Bellemare would get his seventh from Landeskog and McKinnon. McKinnon with 3 assists tonight, yep. And Landeskog with 2 assists. Okay. Alright, Colorado shot them 29-27. St. Louis won the faceoff dot 55-45. Both teams 1 for 5 on the power play with 10 penalty minutes each. Hits were 16-12 in favor of St. Louis. Blocks 27-11 in favor of Colorado, and giveaways 4 each. Devin Dubnyk, 25 saves, 926 save percentage. Going to be the Colorado starter for the foreseeable future because Phil Grubauer is still in COVID protocol. So until he gets cleared to return, it's going to be Dubnyk. All right, Binnington had 25 saves, 893 save percentage for the loss. And our last game of the evening, Ottawa versus Vancouver. Ottawa win this one 3-0. Matt Murray's been on a streak lately. Really been playing well for him. Alright, 9:17 into the first. Tim Stützle got his 8th goal of the year on the power play for Nick Paul and Drake Batherson. Then at 15:57, Batherson would add his 16th goal of the year on the power play for Norris and Tkachuk. At 18:30 the third, Connor Brown would score his 17th, shorthanded for Nikita Zaitsev, giving us the final score of 3-0, Ottawa with the 2 points. Vancouver outshot Ottawa 31-25. They beat them in the faceoff dot 65-35. Power plays were 2 for 4 for Ottawa and 0 for 4 for Vancouver, obviously, because I got shut out. Penalty minutes were 27-17. Vancouver with 27. Hits 28-24. Ottawa winning that one. And blocks 19-13 in favor of Ottawa. And giveaways 6-2. Vancouver with 6. Matt Murray, a 31 save shutout for the victory. And Demko, 22 saves, 917 save percentage for the loss. There you have it. That's all the games for this evening. I hope you enjoyed. If you do, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell next to it. And also make sure to like the video. Make sure to share and comment. And I will see you all next video. Bye, everybody.